So once again, good morning, Stephanie. Good morning, Marco. Welcome. It's nice to see you again, guys. So yesterday we talked about preposition of time in or not, and you did pretty good. Okay. So we are going to continue. So today, give me a moment. I'm going to share my screen. First of all, we are. We're going to work on reading comprehension activity. Okay. So let me zoom. It says reading and use of English, part 7. Excellent information. In reading and use of English part 7, you will read either one long text divided into 4 or 6 sections, or 4 to 6 separated short texts. Give me a moment. Diego join. I'm going to move Diego. Diego. The total length will be 500 to 600 words. There are 10 questions which you match with the different tests or sections. This part is your ability to understand specific information and details and opinion. Diego, good morning. How are you doing? It's nice to see you.
Mister, good morning. It's
Good
nice to
morning.
see you too.
Thank you. Diego, we're going to practice reading comprehension, okay? So, in conclusion, we're going to read a test divided in different parts, and we need to match it with this information, okay? It says working groups. You are going to read about 4 people nightmares holiday. Before you read, discuss what things sometimes spoil people holidays. We won't do that because we need to take advantage of the time. Read the question from 1 to 10 carefully and underline the keyword in each question. We're going to work on this. It says, which person had to hide from danger? So, Diego, what is the keyword here? Had
Hide.
hide. Let's see. What is the meaning of hide?
Esconderse.
Esconderse. Okay, thank you. Stephanie, which person found an employee intimidating?
Employed.
Employee, give me a moment. Give me a moment. Give me a moment. I'm trying. Employee. Okay. Oh, by the way, do you know the meaning of nightmare?
Pesadilla.
Pesadilla. So, a nightmare holidays is like unas vacaciones de pesadilla, right? A terrible ones. So, Marco was not pleased to spend so long somewhere.
Not please.
Not pleased. Okay, let's see. Diego had visited the country on a previous occasion.
Country, maybe.
Country. Let's see. Stephanie, worried about how strong something was.
Mm, worry how strong something was.
So the complete question. But let's
Yes.
try it. It's okay, Stephanie. Marco missed speaking to people.
Missing
Speak.
is speaking.
Okay. Diego had a painful experience.
Painful.
Painful. Thank you. Stephanie traveled with an ex-criminal. Oh my gosh.
Trouble.
Trouble. An
Mm,
ex-criminal is not important.
yeah, that's
It's not
important.
the main idea. Okay, let's try. I think the keyword here is criminal, but no words. Marco was unaware of danger in what they were doing.
Uh, danger.
Danger. I think it was unaware of danger, como desprevenido del peligro, de lo que estaba haciendo. Diego realized the holidays might be a mistake before arriving.
A mistake before arriving.
Mistake before arriving. So notice here we have just the question. We haven't written anything yet. It says, for questions from 1 to 10, choose from the people from A to D. Each person may be chosen more than once, of course. Working group, which of the holidays sound words to you? No. So let's focus on this, number 3. So first of all, I'm going to send you a screenshot of this question to keep it in mind because the article or the story is in the next page. So let me see. Give me a moment. In that way, I think it's easier to keep in mind these questions. Here you are. Now we are going to read, okay? So remember, we need to match these experiences with the people, with people. Let me see, nobody else have joined? No. So next page is this. A nightmare holiday. So Diego, could you read letter A, please?
Pauline Vernon, Malaysia. My dad was teaching in Kota Baru, Malaysia. When my mom and I flew out to visit him for 3 weeks, he had already organized our stay in great detail. In our first evening, we had a party on the beach. It was an idyllic scene. A beautiful empty beach, palm trees, white sand, the warm, gentle waters of the South China Sea. I swam in the shallow water thinking, this is life. When a jellyfish swam between my legs, the sting on both legs was agony, and it was only then I discovered that 2 people had died from jellyfish stings that year, and until that point, no one had bothered to mention the sea snakes, for whose bite there is no cure. I now understood why the beach was deserted.
Oh my gosh. Poor girl. Okay, thank you. I try to highlight like the main ideas. Now I have an idea to match with some question, right? But we're going to do it at the end. Thank you, Diego. Well done. Oh my gosh. Letter B, Stephanie, please.
Sandy Harrison, the USA. I was on camping holiday in Yosemite National Park in California with a friend. When a walk to the song of Screaming, uh, I look up of my tent. Saw my friend trying to get off of this sleeping bag. Um, with my gigant backbird rearing up behind no
Reading
behind
behind him.
behind him. Quite possibly the quietest I ever go out of the bed. I scramble up and we both a spirit. What is the pronunciation this part? This word.
Let me see.
A
Snowboard sprinted in no particular
sprinted
direction.
direction. By pure chance, we passed a small cabin a little way back on the train, and we made a dash for that. Jumped inside and locked the door. Second later, the bird was scraping at the door
Writing.
at scraping at the door as we coward
Put it.
inside coward. What is coward?
Encogidos. Encogidos.
Okay. Inside afraid that the whole thing might fall off. After quite a long time, the bird lost interest, and we were able to leave the shelter.
Como el refugio. Shelter.
Shelter.
Thank you, Stephanie.
Shelter, Mr. Shelter es refugio.
Sí, como una especie de refugio. Es haciendo referencia a la cabina en la que se metieron, a esa cabina de tren que encontraron.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. So, I was on a camping holiday in Yosemite National Park in California with a friend. When I awoke, cuando me levanté, to the sound of screaming, con el sonido de los gritos, I look out of my tent, tent es la carpa esa de la tienda de acampar, and saw my friend trying to get out of his sleeping bag, la bolsa de dormir, esa cosa que uno se mete cuando va a acampar, a giant blackbird reading. Ese reading hace referencia a la onomatopeya del oso. No sé cómo hace un oso en español. ¿Cuál es la onomatopeya de un oso? Para mí sería rugir, but I'm not sure. ¿Sí? Pero reading sería la onomatopeya del oso. Up behind him, detrás de él. Quite possibly the quickest, muy posiblemente, the quickest I've ever got out of bed, la vez que más rápido he salido de la cama. I scrambled up, como que trepé, and both sprinted in no particular direction. Y los dos corrimos. Sprinted es como sprintear, como correr lo más rápido posible. By pure chance, por pura suerte, we pass a small cabin a little way back on the trail and we make a dash for that. Pasamos por una pequeña cabina de camino de regreso al tren, al trail, y hicimos un dash for that, como que nos tiramos, nos empujamos hacia ella. Jumped inside, saltamos adentro, and locked the door, y bloqueamos la puerta. Seconds later, segundos después, the bird was scraping at the door as we caught inside. Scraping es como estaba arañando la puerta, mientras nosotros nos encogíamos. Afraid that all thing may fall off. Asustados de que eso pudiera caer, de que pudiera tumbar la puerta y entrar. After quite a long time, después de un poco de tiempo, the bear lost interest. El oso perdió el interés and we were able to leave the shelter. Y tuvimos la oportunidad de salir del refugio. Okay. My gosh, ¿cuál creen que es peor so far? What is the worst so far? The jellyfish or the bird? What do you think, guys? I think the bird. I'm not sure because both animals are pretty dangerous, but my gosh. Okay, letter C. Marco, please go ahead. Thank you, Stephanie. Well done.
The cat who Donovan the UC 23 hours in at Epic Woods trees across the states. I began to wonder what I had let myself in for. I was at Denver bus station, seated on my backpack, drinking coffee before boarding the first bus, and that I have been filled with romantic ideas of friendship among the passengers and fascinated thoughts as well as a colored scenery after the house next to the meat had finished talking about is staying in height. I realized my expectations were a bit off. After all, I was 17 and tribulation alone. I had no idea when the next bus was, so I went out to the counter to ask what unfriendly staff member was too large. I feared she had eaten several passengers, so I waited until her college was free. 3.5 hours she had growed would I ever reach New York. I sat back down to drink my coffee.
Okay, thank you. I really appreciate it, guys. So I was eating, so I mute my microphone. So I'm going to read it again. Well done, Marco. Thank you so much. Kate O'Doban, the USA. 23 hours into an epic bus trip across the state. I began to wonder what I had let myself in for. ¿Por qué decidí hacer esto? ¿Por qué me permití hacer esto? I was at Denver bus station sitting on my backpack drinking coffee before boarding the first bus in LA. I had been filled with romantic ideas of friendship among the passengers at fascinating stops. O sea, estaba pensando que iba a hacerse amigo de los pasajeros y que se iba a encontrar paradas muy bonitas, ¿cierto? Como paisajes muy bonitos. As well as spectacular scenarios, como escenarios preciosos, espectaculares. After the guy next to me had finished talking about his time in jail. O sea que el pelado que está al lado de él estaba en prisión. It's a criminal. I realized my expectations were a bit off. O sea, me di cuenta que mis expectativas estaban fuera de lugar. After all, I was 17 and traveling alone. O sea, después de todo, solo tenía 17 y estaba viajando solo. I had no idea when the bus was. No tenía idea dónde estaba el bus. So I went up to the counter to ask. Me levanté como el mostrador a preguntar. An unfriendly staff member were so large. Un poco amigable miembro del staff se miraba como muy mal. I feared, me asusté, me aterroricé. She had eaten several passengers, de que ella se hubiera comido numerosos pasajeros. So I waited until her college was free. Esperé hasta que su colega, su compañero, estuviera libre. 3.5 hours, she said. I grunted like this. Would I ever reach New York? ¿Alguna vez llegaremos a Nueva York? I sat back to drink my coffee. Okay, so far so good. Finally, sorry, I went so. Diego, letter D, please. Again.
Rahan Whitley, Nepal. It was not my first walking holiday to Nepal, but for some reason I no longer remember. I decided to go several weeks before the walking season actually began. There were no other walkers on the flight to Kathmandu, which suggested I might not have made the best decision. Walking to my empty hotel through rainy streets on the first night, I tried not to think what conditions would be like at higher altitude. Next day, I flew to Tuling Tar to start walking up the remote, rarely visited Arun Valley. As I climbed, the bushes on either side of the path were covered in ice, and the weather was constantly cloudy. The lodge where I stayed were run by people who spoke no English, and the only meal available was boiled rice with lentil soup. Each day required at least 8 hours of unpleasant solitary walking, longing for a conversation with someone. During all the long walk towards Kathmandu, it continued cloudy, and I never uh, and I never even saw a mountain.
Sorry, okay, thank you, Diego. So now, I'm going to read it again to check the ideas, the main ideas. It was not my first walking holiday to Nepal, okay? So this is one of the answers, okay? So keep it in mind. But for some reason, I no longer remember. I decided to go several weeks before the walking season actually began. There were no other walkers on the flight to Kathmandu, which suggests I might have, I might not have made the best decision. Walking to empty hotel through rainy streets on the first night, I tried not to think what condition would be like at higher altitudes. Next day, I flew to Tunling Tar to start walking up the remote, really visited around Bali. As I climbed, the bushes on either side of the path were covered in ice and the weather was constantly cloudy. The lodge where I stayed were run by people who spoke no English. And the only meal available was boiled rice with lentil soup. What is the meaning of lentil, guys?
Lenteja.
Lentejas and boiled rice.
Arroz cocido.
Exactly. By the way, let me see, were run by people who speak no English. What do you think with the context?
Como que lo manejaban.
Exactly, you're right. Thank you. Each day requires at least 8 hours of a pleasant solitary walking, login, deseando, o pidiendo, o esperando, for a conversation with someone. During all the long walk towards Kathmandu, it continued cloudy, and I never even saw a mountain. Okay, we have finished it. You did it pretty good. But now we need to answer the questions. So I send you the screenshot. Individually, you're going to match the people with this situation, okay? The 10 questions with these 4 people. So go ahead and then we socialize, we check it, okay? By the way, this is page 35, okay? Just in case, this is page 35. Let's match it and then we continue, okay? I try to highlight the main information. If you want it, I can send you a screenshot. I can zoom and send you a screenshot. Or as you consider this easier for you, let me know. Or if you prefer, I can show you the question, and in your books, you pay attention to the reading, as you prefer.
I finish.
Okay, thank you, Diego. Thank you for letting me know. Marco, Stephanie, when you finish, let me know, okay?
Finish.
Thank you. Okay, all of you have finished it. That's great. So let's check. So it says, had to hide from danger. Stephanie, which person?
But Paulina, letter
Eh,
A.
no, Diego.
I think it's letter B. Letter B.
Letter B, the one who from USA who had from the bird, who hid from the bird. Remember, in a shelter. The danger was the bird, and she and her friend has to sprinted and jumped into a cabin. Do you remember, Stephanie, about that? Que ocurrió del oso, se metió en una cabina. Eso es esconderse el peligro. El peligro al oso y el escondite era la cabina. Ok, well done. Marco, what was your answer? ¿Qué había respondido usted, Marco? Marco, what was your answer for this question? ¿Cuál fue su respuesta, Marco? Marco, do you hear me? ¿Me escucha?
¿De cuál pregunta? Es que estoy perdido de nuevo.
Okay, okay. This question, do you remember about the previous question? Leímos esas preguntas al principio, ¿sí? These ones. I sent you through the chat, se les había enviado el chat. And we need to match this question with these people, con estas personas de la lectura. So, for example, the first question says, which person had to hide from danger? ¿Qué persona se tuvo que esconder del peligro? Entonces, según esas lecturas, según lo que nos contaron, ¿quién se había tenido que esconder del peligro? ¿Sí?
La letra C.
No, actually B. La persona que se tuvo que esconder del peligro fue la chica y el amigo que huyeron del oso, que se metieron en una cabina,
Mm,
¿sí? El peligro era el oso y se escondieron en la cabina. Okay, no worries, Marco. We're going to try with the next one. So now, guys, found an employee intimidating. Stephanie, what do you think?
Letter C.
Let me see. Yes, letter C. It says, I first she had eaten several passengers. An unfriendly staff member was so large, I first she had eaten several passengers. Okay, well done, guys. You're on fire. Marco, which person was not pleased to spend so long somewhere?
letter C.
Letter C.
Porque dice the tree and a half.
What do you think, Diego? Do you agree?
Yes, because he stayed a long time in
Okay.
the
Stephanie,
bus
what do you
station.
think? Agree?
The same answer, letter C.
Okay, guys, thank you. Well done. No worries. Okay, Diego, which person have visited the country on previous occasion? This is easy.
Uh, it's letter D
Letter D.
because it was not his good time.
Exactly. Okay, guys, so far so good. I'm really proud of you. Stephanie, which person worried about how strong something was?
Letter B.
Letter B. Yes, letter B. Letter B. So how strong something was? The bird or the cabin, right? If the bird was strong enough to break down or broke down the cabin. Okay, well done. Marco, it says, which person miss speaking to people? It's easy as well. Miss, extrañaba hablar con las personas o extrañó hablar con personas.
El- la D.
La D. Yes, Marco, actually, you're right. Letter D. Thank you. Okay, let me see. Now it says, Diego had a painful experience. Oh my gosh.
Letter A,
Letter A.
the jellyfish.
Poor guy. You're right. The jellyfish is really painful. Okay. Stephanie, this is easy. Pretty easy. It's a piece of cake. Which person had no, trouble with an ex-criminal?
Letter C.
Letter C. It says, after the guy next to me had finished talking about his time in jail. Oh my gosh. Nice. Marco, which person was aware of danger in what they were doing? No estaba como avisada o no estaba consciente del peligro de lo que estaba haciendo.
Eh, la
Yes,
A.
you're right. Eight. Let me see. I discovered two people have died from jellyfish now. That year until the now. No one had bothered to mention the sea snake. Si nadie se molestó en mencionar las serpientes marinas, for whose bite there's no cure, para las cuales su mordedura no hay cura. Now I understand why the beach was desert. Ahora entiendo por qué la playa estaba desierta. Nadie le advirtió ni de las medusas ni de las serpientes marinas. Guys, you're on fire. Congratulations. Oh my gosh. Okay, let me see. Yes. So I think it's missing one, just one. Finally, which person, Diego, realized the holidays might be a mistake before arriving?
I think it's letter D.
I have to be honest, I didn't remember about that.
It's because it say which suggested I might not
Made
have
the
the best decision.
You're right. Thank you, Diego. You're right. That's why it's so useful to highlight the main ideas. Chicos, siempre que lean, si pueden rayar, les va a facilitar mucho la vida. Primero lean las preguntas. Miren que gracias a que leímos primero las preguntas, pues yo tuve una idea más o menos de qué subrayar. Y ya con lo subrayado, cuando uno vuelve a las preguntas, pues ya encuentra la información más fácil. Listo, ya es más fácil responder. Okay, so far so good. Well done. You're on fire. Really appreciate it. Congratulations, guys. Okay, I'm going to take a minute to take the screenshot for the attendance. Give me a moment. Look at the camera, please. Diego, no, sí. And Mark, me pueden mostrar un poquito más el rostro. Let me see. Thank you. Thank you, guys. I really appreciate it. Que igual acá me sale un marco y me tapa a Diego. Thank you. Really appreciate it. Let me see. This is from around here. Faltaron muchos hoy. Many people miss the class. Attendance. X, 9M. Absent. Katie, Adrian, and Dominic. Okay, guys. Anyway, thank you for joining. So I'm going to share my screen again. So far, so good. We're doing pretty good. Let me see. Okay, so now it says working groups. So we're going to do it as a group, right? Which of the holidays sound the worst to you? Take turns to tell each other about memorable holiday you have had. Then decided which of you had the most interesting holiday. So we're going to work on these two activities and we're going to start with which of the holidays sounds the worst to you. So you have 1 minute to prepare your idea, okay? 1 minute to prepare your speech. Think about these holidays. What was the worst? Okay? You have 1 minute to prepare to organize your ideas. And then we start. In these kind of activities, in oral activities, when you have time to prepare something, write down main ideas, keywords, just keywords, not sentences, just keywords. For example, you consider the word was the jellyfish. So just write jellyfish, write snakes, sea snakes, something like that. Snakes, sea snakes, something like that. Just words, not complete ideas because you don't have enough time, okay? Sorry.
Mm.
Diego, are you ready? Aren't you? Okay, Diego, go ahead.
Uh, but what was the question exactly?
What was the worst vacation? The worst, la
The
peor.
word, okay, the worst vacation I think was, well, I think it was the jellyfish one or the beer one, but because it has dangerous animals that you wasn't expecting, and it are well, it put you in danger of your life. But in the other one, well, you travel with a ex prisoner, but maybe he I don't know how to say it in English, but bueno, quizá él se recuperó. And in the
Okay.
other one, you have to walk several hours, but it's only walk, no dangers in that. So
Okay.
I think that.
Okay, thank you so much. So may change his mind or change his behavior, something like that. That is criminal, right? Okay. Stephanie, are you ready?
No.
No. Okay, let's give a moment to Stephanie. And Marco left, guys. Ah, yes, Marco left. Oh, that's weird. Okay, so I think, or at least for me, the worst one was the jellyfish. Because I think, if you live in the United States, you are conscious that if you went camping to a forest, there's the possibility to find a bird. So you need to be careful, you need to be responsible. If you do it, you're conscious that that may happen. And you're not ready to that kind of situation is because of you. You're the guilty, right? These people were so lucky, pretty lucky. And birds are extremely dangerous for us. They're so strong, so big, so fast. So, in the other ideas, I think the worst one was the jellyfish one because the girls didn't know about the dangers and nobody cared about her, especially her father. What happened with her? Oh my gosh, that didn't tell her about the danger of going to this beach. Even though I think seeing the beach desert is kind of suspicious, right? And also we need to be conscious that just swimming in a water we don't know, in a wild water, different from a artificial one, for a spring hot or pool, we need to be careful, right? The girl was kind of misfortune and kind of lucky because even though the jellyfish stings are extremely painful, she didn't found a sea snake that are even more dangerous. But anyway, I think that was the worst one. So, Stephanie, what do you think?
I think according to the test in the book, the worst holiday was Sandy. Sandy. Okay, I speak Spanish. Mister, o sea, ¿se trata del libro o crear sobre ella misma
No, no,
con lo
no.
que...
One of these ones. So
Ok,
far, one of these. But at least for this activity, one of these one. Para esa
ok,
actividad,
ok.
solo uno de estos.
Okay. The worst holiday was Sandy. Because Blackbird chase him, his friend. They has no they had they had to turn into cabin and
Okay.
look the door,
Doctor.
and that song really frame
Pregnant?
frightening it. One of most memorable holidays was trip to beach with fam with family with family. We swam in the sea, playing volleyball, watching the sunsets, and eat delicious seafood. It was relaxing and enjoyable holiday. I think the holiday was the most interesting because the spend quality time with family and create wonderful memories.
Okay. Thank you, Stephanie. So Stephanie already answered this part. Take turns to tell each other about memorable holidays you have had, then decided which of you had the most interesting. Okay, Stephanie, thank you. Diego, think about this one, the second part, okay? About your most memorable holiday. But before, I have a question for Stephanie. Stephanie, you choose the bird as the worst holiday. So, some time ago was a question on internet for women in which women said that prefer to be alone in a forest with a bird than with a man. What do you think? No sé si recuerda esa época que estuvo muy de moda que, digamos, más que todo un grupo feminista, decían que preferían estar en un bosque solas con un oso que con un hombre. What do you think? What do you prefer? A man or a bird? Not all the birds are bad or not all the men are bad. What do you think? It's not, there's no wrong answer. It's just your point of view. It's okay. No hay respuestas malas, es su punto de vista, no worries. I'm just curious because you choose the bird. Or a man is even worse than a bird. No worries, Stephanie. It's just for curious. I'm just curious about the answer. But no worries. There's no wrong answer.
I think it's better to the bird because the men are a bit stranger.
Okay, it's a good point. Okay. So you consider it easy to trick a bird. Es como más fácil de pronto engañar al oso, right? Okay, Stephanie, thank you. Thank you. I just was curious. Okay. Marco, welcome back. Marco, what do you think? What was the worst holidays from here, from this one? ¿Cuál fue las peores vacaciones de estas cuatro que leímos? ¿Cuáles fueron las peores? And why? Tell us.
Eh, el ataque al oso es lo peor.
Why?
La opción B, la A.
Yes,
La
but
opción A.
why? Ajá. Try to say it in English. Intenta decirlo en inglés.
También la opción B, la picadura de la medusa.
Option A and B. But why? Why? Develop your idea. ¿Por qué? Explain us. Argue. Why these two are the worst? Porque estas dos son las peores.
Mm, because experiencing agonizing pain for jellyfish stayed in both let will completely ruin any trip.
Okay. Okay, Marco. Thank you. Well done. Diego, tell us about your holiday.
My memorable holiday, I think it was this year by the Carnival 2026. It was in February in Ecuador. So I went to the beach, but I went to the beach with my girlfriend. It was the first time we had a trip to
You,
I don't by yourself. Okay,
together
the
for
whole
yourself.
trip was by yourself. We paid a place to stay. We pay our food. We go to the beach. We met with other friends too. It was a nice time. We spent 2 days on the beach and then we come back to here Guayaquil. So I think it was a good time with her and with our friends too.
Okay, I agree. Marco, it says, we're working on this. Take turns, tell each other about a memorable holidays you have had. Tell us about the holidays you have had. Cuéntanos de algunas vacaciones que haya tenido que le hayan gustado mucho, que se diga son las mejores. These are the best.
Que me da vergüenza decirlo.
Okay, okay, Marco, it's okay. No, no worries. So, guys, now we need to choose one, but I think it's not easy because in somehow are similar. Went to the beach, right? Maybe you did different things. You spent time with different people, but it's somehow it's similar. And I think it's not polite to choose one is the most interesting. I think both of them are great, right? So let's about just answering this question. No, no me parece como bien elegir como cuál fue mejor, especialmente porque en ambas simplemente, pues simplemente no, en ambas compartieron tiempo con personas que son queridas para ustedes, entonces me parece como fue elegir cuál fue mejor. Entonces las dos se escuchan muy bien, that's pretty interesting. So, let me see. Diego and Stephanie, you can leave now. Thank you so much. You did it pretty good. I really appreciate it. See you tomorrow. Take care and have a nice day. Bye bye.
Bye, Mr.
See you. Okay, Marco. So, we were working on reading comprehension. In the part of the reading comprehension, you did it pretty good. Okay, congratulations. But you need to increase a little bit your oral expression. ¿Sí? Necesitamos mejorar un poquito esa expresión oral. Okay. I understand at the beginning could be a little bit shame. You could be ashamed. Puede ser un poquito penoso. But you need to try to do it. Okay. And when we are talking about personal experience, cuando hablamos de experiencias personales, you don't have to tell us the truth. No nos tiene que decir la verdad. ¿Sí? Because it's personal, of course. So, in that cases, you can just make up something. En esos casos, simplemente se inventa algo, ¿sí? No vamos a saber si es verdad o es mentira. Y si es algo muy personal que no quiere compartir, no tiene por qué hacerlo. Listo, simplemente se inventa otra historia. In the other ideas, let's practice a little bit of reading aloud. Reading aloud, leer en voz alta, is a good way to practice your oral expression. Es una buena manera de practicar la expresión oral. So here, in this PDF, I have a reading activity. It has some question, I have a short story, but at least I'm interested in you read aloud this short story. ¿Sí? ¿Podría leer en voz alta esta pequeña historia, porfis? Marco.
Ahorita,
Yes, right now. Let's start it. Go ahead.
unexpected adventure in Patagonia, Lucas and Elvis, no, no es and Elvis, es Hat Elvis, dreaming of visit South America in March. He finally boarded a flight to Southern Argentina. He wanted to see the natural beauty of Patagonia, but he did realize how adventurous his trip would actually become. On a windy Thursday morning, Lucas decided to hike Hood's famous Road Trail at around 11 11 clock, anemic, and ay, the weather was remarkable
Remarkable.
with clear blue sky. However, Patagonia is weather is a famous for being risky and unpredictable by aftermath.
Keep going, no
The
worries.
great clouds covered the mountain peak and Mr. Foot rolled in. Look at us last when the law took a wrong turn to about avoid. No puedo, es que sí sé leerlo, pero no sé la pronunciación muy bien y lo
No,
intento hacer.
no worries, it's okay. That's the idea. Esa es justamente la idea. Keep going, no worries. Ese intento es la idea de lo que vamos a hacer. Sí, así es que vamos mejorando. No worries. Y ya va a terminar. Keep going, Marco. Okay, I can help you, Marco. No worries. If you think you want to stop it, okay, let's finish. Yo leo el último párrafo. Listo para que pueda descansar un poquito. Lucas got lost when he took a wrong turn to avoid a crowded viewpoint. He spent 3 doubtful hours trying to find his way back. Fortunately, at sunset, he met a friendly local park ranger named Sofia, who guided him safely back to his campsite. It was a thrilling and memorable experience that Lucas would never forget. Okay, it's okay. That's enough, Marco. Marco, I'm going to take a screenshot. Marco, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate your effort. Okay, so please keep going, keep working. See you tomorrow. Take care and have a nice day. Bye bye, Marco. See you.
Bye.